What's up guys, it's Ivan, and on this channel I provide tips, tricks, advice, and strategies for your grad school applications. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. Recently I asked you all what type of videos do you want me to create on this channel, and the majority of you said that you wanted me to share my productivity tips for graduate school. And so in today's video I wanted to share 4 tips that I use to stay productive in graduate school. Tip number 1, determine when you are the most productive. What I mean by this is that I want you to determine if you are a day person or a night owl. And so that's going to determine what your schedule is going to look like. So if we use me as an example, I consider myself a night owl. I am the most productive when it is like almost midnight. And that's when I complete the best quality work. So I want to take you on a journey here of what my day looks like. So I like to break my day into quadrants, so 4 different parts. So the first part begins from 8 a.m. to noon, or whenever I wake up. So usually I wake up between 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. and then all the way to noon is my first quadrant. And so during that time, I know, because I already established that I'm a night owl, I know that I'm not going to be able to produce quality work at that time unless I really need to. And so during that time, so the 8 to 12, those 4 hours, my goal is to accomplish some of the smaller tasks that fill my day. Some of those tasks could involve replying to emails, checking emails. It can involve me replying to my students because I'm a TA. It could involve me grading a little bit. It could involve me completing small classroom tasks. It could involve reading an article, or maybe reading a book, or reading a chapter of a book or a paragraph. All the things that I want to accomplish during the 8 to 12 are small tasks that if someone was to interrupt me, that it wouldn't affect my workflow. And so I like to use that time for those reasons. The next part of my day is from 1 to 5 p.m. This is when I start to be a little bit more productive, and when I'm already done with classes, or when I'm starting one of my late afternoon classes. And so at this time, I like to go to the library, work on the smaller tasks, or maybe work on a larger task that in chunks, and I start getting into the flow of the assignment, right? So if I'm writing an essay, I try to write the introduction, or if I'm writing a research project, I try to analyze my data. And so during this time, I head to the library or head to a quiet space so I can start working on those larger projects that are either due that week, that day, or in a couple of weeks. The next part of my day is from 5 to 8 p.m. And this is really my break or my fun time of my day. And so during this time, I like to order food or make food, or really just eat food, relax on my bed, watch some YouTube videos, watch some Netflix. This is my time to enjoy. So I take 5 to 8 p.m. to do things like take a shower, to just or FaceTime my girlfriend. And so I like to do that during this time before I head into the last quadrant of my day, which is my most productive part of my day. And so that leads me to the last part of my day, which is going to be 9 p.m. to midnight, or sometimes 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. And so this is the most productive part of my day. This is where I'm in my workflow, where I like to call it when I'm in my writer's high, when I'm able to crank out large essays or large portions of essays in one sitting. And I usually do this on my bed or on my desk at home. But I know, because I'm a night owl, I know at this time is dedicated for those larger tasks, and I can just crank out things that are of quality during this time. Tip number 2 is to find your study spot or spots. It is key for you to find a place where you are going to feel the most motivated and the most productive. For me, I have a couple of those spaces. So one of those spaces is my office at the university. So as a PhD student, I am designated an office in the Education Studies department. And so I go there during the time that I'm on campus to do some work. My second study spot is the library. So I go to the main library at the University of California, San Diego, and I spend a lot of my time there working on small and larger tasks. The third space that I utilize is my room. So in my apartment, I like to use my bed as well as my desk to do some of the work that I do every day. So find a space or some spaces that really have that ambiance that you're looking for that's going to help you stay motivated and productive throughout your day and throughout your weeks. Tip number 3 is to find a strategy that's going to help recenter you and remotivate you. So a lot of the time when we are trying to be highly productive in our workflows, we tend to, lose track of that. We have all this technology, our phones, we have our computers where we're able to, at a click, we're able to get on Netflix, YouTube, we are on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. And so we have all these distractions ready for us at any moment of our times. And so usually what I do when I am in like a rut or I'm stuck and I'm not motivated to like write the essay or complete an assignment or read, one of the things that helps recenter me and remotivate me is to go and take a shower. So I go take a shower. For some reason, taking a shower helps me stay fresh or start fresh again, figuratively and literally, and it recenters me so I can refocus. And after that shower, I'm able to just start my work, get on the workflow. I put on my headphones, my AirPods, and I start listening to music, or I just sit there and listen to the wind blowing in my window, and that helps recenter me and remotivate me to complete my task that I need to complete for that night or for that week. So find a strategy that works for you so you can recenter yourself and remotivate yourself. This could be something like maybe you go and clean. I know a lot of people like to clean when they're frustrated, when they're stressed. They like to clean their apartment or they like to clean their room, and that helps recenter them. Some people like to cook, so maybe you want to bake something or cook something that helps recenter you and reposition you back to that motivation and that workflow. So find your strategy, and whenever you are in a rut, go ahead and take a little break to complete whatever that strategy is or that activity is. That way you can be recentered and remotivated. The last tip that I have for you, and this is one of my big tips because this is the one that I use the most, is break larger tasks into smaller tasks. And so what I mean is that whenever I receive a syllabus or I like to go by week, I like to work by weeks. So every week I use a large note card and I write down all my tasks for that week. And then I get overwhelmed. I'm like, I see all the assignments, I see all the readings, and I'm like, oh my God, I have so much work this week. How am I gonna accomplish all this? And so that puts me into anxiety, I get stressed. And so what I do is I get another note card and I write daily tasks that are going to help me get to that bigger goal. So for example, if I have an essay due that week, that Friday or that Sunday, then on Monday I will focus on the introduction. On Tuesday I will focus on finding references. On Wednesday I focus on the methodology. Whatever your tasks are, break it down by day and work on smaller tasks that will eventually culminate into that larger essay. And that's really what I do to help me complete the larger task and lessen my stress and anxiety. Alright you guys, I hope that my video on productivity tips that I use in graduate school is helpful. Let me know if you have any other tips that you want to share with everybody else in the comments down below. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.